Exactly.
Touch on the IB program, because I remember, like, I got good grades. I know you had good grades in high school if you was doing that. And coming into high school, like from my middle school, that's a lot. Like a lot of my friends was all talking about, oh, going to King IB or going to Hillsborough IB or schools that had the IB program. What is the IB program for people that don't know, and how serious is it?
Basically, it's the International Baccalaureate Program, so that's what it stands for. It's basically just like a more prestigious, it's high school, but at a more prestigious level. It's kind of preparing you for college a little bit earlier because, like traditional high school, you don't start taking AP classes or classes that prepare you to college until like your 11th or 12th grade year. But literally, as soon as I came in ninth grade, we were already taking like AP US history, AP World, like pretty much everything was preparing you for college. But I was always smart. Like growing up, I literally got straight A's all the way up until like until middle school. But once I got in high school, like I ain't gonna lie, I kind of let the social life, I kind of, you know what I'm saying, lean little bit more towards my social life than I did my academics. So my grades started to slip. And I realized that I'd be like, I'm not gonna say I wasn't gonna be able to do it, but I don't know, I ain't want all that workload at that time. So I kind of end up not doing it, not wanting to go through with it.
How you realized that wasn't something that you really wanted to do the whole time? That's what I was thinking when before I even got to high school. I was like, I know I could do it, but do I really want to put the time in and take school that seriously, or would I rather just get good grades and just do what I want to do, basically?
Because my thing was, I was like, there's people that are graduating from the IB program. Like my dream school was always Florida. Like that's always been my dream school growing up. So I saw people that weren't in the IB program that were like getting accepted into like Florida, FSU, USF, like all these big schools. And I was just like, what's the point of me doing all this when I could still get accepted? You know what I'm saying? So that was my thing, but it was kicking my butt. And so I thugged it out for about 2 years. And a lot of people don't know, I don't know if you even know this, I transferred to King for a year.
No, I
You
didn't
have
know that.
exactly. See, a lot of people didn't know that's because Hillsborough actually isn't my zone school. So Lato is my zone school, but I wasn't going to Lato. So I actually ended up having to do like a hardship. So
Mm-hmm.
after I left Hillsborough, because that wasn't my zone. So they made me go to King. I stayed at King for a whole semester. Like nobody knew I kept it on the D-Lo. Didn't play basketball, didn't do nothing. So that was the end of my sophomore year. So I actually stayed at King for half a semester. Then I was able to transfer back to Hillsborough. But yeah.
Okay. Last thing about that, tell people watching, how important is it to stay on top of your grades in high school, college, in general? Just how important are your grades and building that foundation up?
Oh, grades are very important. I can personally say from the high school level, especially if you're trying to get into a decent college nowadays, your GPA got to be like you want to get into a good college GPA got to be at least a 3.4 or higher, 3.4, 3.5 or higher. So important to have good grades to get into a good school. From a basketball standpoint, coaches aren't going to look at you unless you have decent grades. Like I can honestly say, like being in the IB program, it kind of set me back a little bit too, because when I first came in, like I said, I was making straight A's all the way up until like 8th grade. Then once I came into high school, I kind of let my social life interfere with my academics. So that's what caused my GPA to drop. So a lot of coaches weren't even like, I felt like I was pretty talented in my 10th, 11th grade year to get looked at. But a lot of coaches didn't take the time to look at me because of what my GPA was. It wasn't like a real low GPA, but it wasn't as high as it should have been. You feel me? So that's very important. Getting your GPA, getting your grades up. And then even in college, like I'm getting ready to graduate. So a lot of jobs out there, they're looking at, you know what I'm saying, who has the highest GPA, looking at your resume. So grades basically gonna take you all the way through the rest of your life. So it's important to get your grades straight.
What was it like playing for Coach Ward at Hillsborough and building a culture there?
I mean, it was a real good experience. I knew Coach Ward probably like 3-4 years before he got hired at Hillsborough, because I used to always go to little skill center training camps, just the different workouts and stuff with him on Sundays and Wednesdays, stuff like that. So when I found out he was going to be the coach, I was super excited. But when he got there, him being there, it helped us to like take the program to the next level. You know what I'm saying? He just brought in things that we didn't currently have in our program.